Let's talk about what to expect from a Hirevue interview. What's up guys, it's Mike from Job Ready English, here digging into Hirevue video interviews. We've got a couple of videos that are going to be coming out all around Hirevue, mistakes to avoid, common questions, just things to think about in terms of preparing for them, because 80% of interviews now are done by video. Bet you didn't know that. So today I just want to talk about a little bit what a Hirevue video interview is, what you can expect, and just some things to think about if you're waiting to get them. So first of all, if you didn't know, Hirevue video interview kind of looks a little bit like this. So you've got the question, you'll have the video recording, the time, and also it'll be a lockout screen. So you're not going to be able to kind of like tab switch in between, because it's going to be concentrating on what you're doing. That's quite important. We talk about that in another video, which is like 9 mistakes to avoid in your Hirevue video interview. Generally for me, Hirevue video interviews are pretty short. So they tend to be, I've seen them as short as 3 questions. Sometimes they might run to 5 or 6. They can be longer, but it's rare. I put this mainly down to the processing time. So if you didn't already know, what Hirevue essentially does is that they have an algorithm. So you would record your video and they will then analyze using Emotion AI, something similar to the software put out by Affectiva, who are market leaders in emotional AI. So they will read the face, they will analyze your speech, analyze your mood, try to pick out keywords in the things that you're saying. A lot of it, like the Washington Post leads with, a face scanning algorithm increasingly decides whether you deserve the job. And in a way, that's kind of true. Something that I think a lot of candidates really underestimate is that increasingly people look at less and less stuff. So a person does not scan your CV. A person probably won't watch the answers for your video interview questions. Now, people will tend to come in and later end of the process, whether that be for an assessment center or for a final interview, you'll tend to be meeting up with a person. But it's important to recognize that initially you're playing by the rules of a computer. But that's kind of cool as well, because you can dictate the way that you approach that. So how long do you tend to answer for in a Hirevue video interview? I'd say max I've seen is 3 minutes, tends to be 2 minutes is the running average. So if you're preparing a script, that will be about 200 words. I like to do about 100 words per minute whenever I'm talking to clients or when I've talked on the interview videos. I find 100 words per minute is a really effective way to practice. Now, the important thing is that it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. So sitting there monotone, flat-faced, reading a script really isn't going to help, because it's going to be analyzing your facial expressions. So it's important to recognize that if you're talking about something that's boring, you're going to sound bored. If you're talking about something that's exciting, you're going to sound excited. A really good tip for Hirevue, if you've never done a video interview before, record yourself on video. Please do this. Record yourself, watch yourself back, get used to what you look like on video. I know this is quite a sort of squeamish thing for a lot of people. I certainly don't like doing it. Often I get asked, do you watch the interviews that you put out on the YouTube channel? And the answer is absolutely not. Makes me feel really uncomfortable. But I will do if I need to improve. And importantly, if that's what you're doing, then that's something that you need to be kind of aware of. The other thing to think about is that you're going to have really common questions. We're going to have a different interview which deals with most common questions that tend to come up for Hirevue video interviews across the board, but it's generally going to be like, why this company, why this role, and then a couple of behavioural questions. Give me a time when you worked in a team. Give me a time when you had good leadership skills. Give me a time when they're going to pick out a couple of skills that they really want to test that is going to be present within the role. So if you want to prepare for this effectively, it's so important that you read the job description, that you're aware of what the company is looking for. Very often, Hirevue are going to be looking for the same keywords that are in the job description. It's not rocket science, but a lot of people won't do that. Most people will, in an interview, will just spend most of their time talking about themselves, and they won't really be focused on what the job is looking for and what other skills that are required. Another common question that tends to come up with Hirevue video interviews, which is, oh, if I get asked a question and I get 2 minutes to answer, but I've only spoken for 90 seconds, should I speak for another 30 seconds? The answer is no. So first of all, you can just click next recording or stop recording. Also, Hirevue automatically will just cut out white space. So it will analyze the wave pattern. If there's no sound coming across a particular decibel line, then it's just going to cut that out when it does its analysis. The next question that will come up is be like, oh, okay, so how can I beat the algorithm? Well, you can't really, but I think the most important thing is that you're confident, you're clear, and you're concise, and also that you're well prepared. That is so important for a Hirevue video interview. You need to be coming across as if you're like, I really want this job. This is something that I'm really looking forward to. They're going to be looking for people with a positive mood, good markers, smiling, eyes wide, eyebrows going up. There's some basic body language stuff that we can cover. If you're really interested about facial characteristics and body language, that's something that's a little bit of a hobby of mine. Let me know, drop me down a comment below. You won't expect any great feedback from a Hirevue video interview, if any. There are some softwares out there that allow you to prepare for video interviews. We had some decent conversations with a company over in the US called Vuma. They're a company that comes out of MIT. They seem to be kind of okay at producing reports, but it is really quite difficult. The best practice that I found is really quite simple, which is just to rinse and repeat. Prepare your scripts, record yourself, watch yourself back, adjust, and do that over and over again. You could show that video to a friend, you could show that to a coach, or maybe your university career services, but that tends to be the best way to prepare. So that's pretty much in brief what you can expect from a Hirevue video interview. Some little tips sprinkled in there for things to think about as well. And I wish you the best of luck on your interview. If you'd like us to do more videos about this subject, then drop us a comment down below, and good luck with your interview. Bye.